This video is going to be a complete 180 from my last videos discussing a lease and what people need to think about what's coming in the future. And as the thumbnail said, I'm not a fortune teller, but I've lived the past. I've been doing this for a minute or two. And I'm sure if you browse around on YouTube, you'll find many drivers to tell you to start stacking money right now, because this is going to come to an end. The rates we're seeing right now are unprecedented. I mean, I heard one guy say we've been in a 3-year bubble, but that's not quite right. This bubble really didn't start in 2019 because there were people crying all over the place on social media about they couldn't get $2 a mile in 2019. And COVID hit in early 2020, so a lot of us lost a little bit there. And then rates started picking back up, and they've held strong for over a year now. It's going to come to an end, and you need to realize this. So if you're thinking about buying your first truck or leasing your first truck, it needs to happen right this minute, like yesterday, because you're going to have maybe, well, some of the analysts are saying up to another 15 months, but some are saying this may pop around March or April. And like I say, I can't foretell the future, but I have lived the past, and it will pop eventually, and then we'll see the great freight collapse where rates just tank. And rates will tank because there's not enough freight to go around, so people will start cutting each other's throat. And if you have a new truck, you're going to be out there cutting people's throats, and we all know it. We've all been here before. And there are those of you who are company drivers and you feel pretty secure in your job and everything, and there are those of you who own your own truck who are leased to a company that has a lot of contract freight, and you feel like you've got all your bases covered. Let me tell both of you right now, you don't know what you're talking about, because you haven't got anything covered. I worked as a company driver for a very long time. In my last company, when I hired in, they were doing everything they could to ensure that each driver got at least 1,800 miles a week. That was company driver, that was contract driver, that was everybody. And the ones that took the deepest cuts were the ones that were being paid the most. When I hired in at about 7 cents less than their top driver, and they run me in the ground. The top drivers were sitting around getting 1,600 miles a week. So no, the company drivers don't have it covered, and the lease ops aren't going to have it neither. They're not going to feed you and let 2 company drivers go. Just make that perfectly clear. They'll give you enough to carry yourself, but they're not going to feed you at the expense of their drivers. Right here and right now, you need to start planning for the collapse of the freight market. It's going to pull back, and it's going to pull back hard. And when it does, the rates are going to drop down. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that rates are going to just get down to $1 a piece. I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to drop because there's going to be some cutthroat business going on out there, but it will eventually stable out. I think somewhere around $2 a mile will be the new norm, because these companies are not going to step into a damn outfit of 5,000 drivers and tell them, oh, you got to take a 30% cut today because we can't charge these high rates no more. No, that doesn't happen unless you don't want any drivers tomorrow, because that's exactly what will happen. You give a company-wide cut of 30%, and about 100% of your drivers will walk out the door within that week. As owner-operators, we can't do any of this. We just have to kind of go with the flow. And as I said, the market will stabilize out. How long it takes, I don't know. I don't suspect it'll be more than 6 months, but you need to plan now. If you're one of these guys that just got a new truck in the last few months and you've done run out and bought you a brand new car, you might have thought about this a little bit longer and stacked the money rather than spending it. The bottom line is the pain is coming, and we're all going to feel it, whether we've got a paid-for truck or not. Those of us who can survive the lower rates when the freight crashes will still be here, and those of us that have got our finances in order will most likely still be here too. And the ones of us that have got our trucks paid for and our finances in order, we're going to be standing here waving at you guys at the end of this. Some of us won't. I know that's to be a fact. I mean, people just don't manage money well. They never have. But as a truck driver, as an owner-operator, we have to manage our money, because it's kind of like farming. You have good years, you have bad years. And we're having a great year this year. So a bad year is right around the corner.